Well, my name is Stephen Hill. I'm old, as you can probably see. It's getting a lot of life's lessons have sort of been absorbed over that time. I'm what they call an emeritus professor, which means that after being a professor for many years, they decided at the university to award me this title for life. And the other jobs was I was principal field director for UNESCO, which is the United Nations body responsible for education, for science, for culture, media freedom, and so on, and ambassador of the UN for 11 years. So they were pretty interesting times. That experience quite directly led me to Nan Tien, but in a way you wouldn't expect. One of the students, it was also a volunteer at Nan Tien here, he suggested that some of the venerables might like to come and see me at the university, and I had a visit from 4 beautiful, venerable people led by Juai, okay? And then I became involved, particularly with Venerable Juai. Firstly, doing community seminar type things, which we did. This is 2018, we started that up into 2019. And these were the precursors of the Sunday check-in program. And finally, I was offered the possibility, just as we started the Humanistic Buddhism Centre, to be chairman of the panel, the international panel. So it's a life story. What I particularly like about the Sunday check-in program is not coming along with a Buddhist text and saying, now, learn this. It's saying, look, what was your experience yesterday? How did you handle that thing? Did you feel anything different? And the Sunday check-in program is really very good because it relates absolutely directly to what you're doing this particular day, in thoughts and ideas and things that matter. So, and then, of course, that then became international. We've got people, there's probably about 30 usually turn up, but they come from the United States, they come from Malaysia, from Singapore, all over Australia, and it's become an international program, This book is a product of Nan Tien and the Humanistic Buddhism Centre. But the basic thing about compassion, of course, it is the basic value of humanistic Buddhism. The idea of compassion, of reaching out across suffering. Fo Guangshan, the central area of humanistic Buddhism globally, is in Taiwan. They invited us to go across to launch the book, which we did in December. And I must admit, it's the only book I ever launched in a monastery, which I thought was unusual. And the book is no cost. It's all been covered by the Humanistic Buddhism movement globally. I had the great privilege, this is 2015, of meeting Grandmaster Singh Yung. I had the honor and the privilege of being able to talk with Master Singh Yung. And we talked about compassion. And I learned so much from everything he does and all that he says in what I read as well as what I see in talks, that I've been privileged to both have the contact directly with him, to be inspired by what he has done, and to see this continuous stream of work that he did till the day he died, bringing Buddhism and values of Buddhism to the world as a whole, creating, establishing, confirming our humanity. What I find in the values of humanistic Buddhism is ultimately our humanity, what it is that holds us together as people. Compassion is there because it's not just being empathic with somebody else, it's reaching out across the suffering and doing something about it. Without compassion, we would not have humanity. We would not have what's absolutely essential for our humanity and the values of being human to survive, which is being able to share, being able to cooperate, being able to do things together, being teams. What I find in HBC, what I find in Nan Tien, what I find in Buddhism is what works in the society. It's those same values of compassion and of care that really are at the center of making things work, to take suffering away. One of the things which I have learned, and this is seriously a life lesson, is listening. Most important. is listening across difference, not to get conformity, but to get harmony. The HBC is doing because it's trying to bring also the background teachings that are not that much in English to people in English in Australia in different ways. And I think that's very valuable indeed. I think what we really can do is to create a culture of compassion around it, to live that culture, to be with other people, to let other people experience, to feel that just by being that way yourself. And I think, and I've seen that spread in other countries, because as you know, I did work a lot in the United Nations in very poor countries and places where there was very deep suffering. And it was these values that always worked, always.
We are profoundly grateful for the gift of His presence. From this day forward, may His absence be replaced by an indelible presence in our hearts. May we honor Him by hearkening to His call to become a gift to everyone we meet. Thank you, Sir, for everything you have been to us, for your gift of self to us and to the world. May you sail on peacefully as you continue to watch over us until we meet again.